It's not like you can see me.
What's up, people? What's up, people? Welcome to the Neo Soul Cypher Show. As you can tell, we are in full mode already. We got some laughing going, some jokes happening right at the start of the show, and we're happy about that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Neo Soul Cypher Show, brought to you by neosoulcypher.com. I am your boy Ray Neo Soul One. We got our brother Q in the house. He may be in the dark. He may be with us for only a little while, but we're going to take him while we got him. And we got Regina as well. Q, tell us about your situation, my brother. Tell us about your situation.
Well, apparently, God is mad at somebody because it's raining it rained for hours. It didn't even seem like it was that crazy, but it was. Streets are closed. Cats and dogs are loving each other together. It's pure madness out here.
So was it just like real quick,
Maybe
like real
maybe
heavy
over
for?
a span of 2 hours, maybe.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good. Yep, we're gonna get it later, hopefully.
Yeah.
I love storms.
You won't like this one, I can assure you that.
I won't. Yes, I will.
You love
I'm on this.
storms?
I love storm. I love weather. Yeah, I'm the one that's out there like until it gets so close. Yeah, we had the hurricane. What was it? Isabel? Isabel. I was out there
Wow.
taking pictures. It was great.
Wow. Wow.
What are you gonna do?
Okay.
And
It
so
was
Texas is flooding too.
Yeah, yeah. We've got, it's funny because we got a little rain yesterday for maybe 10 minutes here in Dallas area. But today it's been coming down hard. And so the ground is not ready for the rain because it's been so dry.
Right.
And so, we had some serious rain today. And we really needed it, honestly. But that's just what happens. It's like it's either drought or flooding. You don't get any in between, unfortunately. And but hey, I'm not gonna complain because we need the rain. We really do here. So
Yeah.
I am not going to complain. So what is going on, my people? What is Q? It's been a minute, my brother. We are glad to have you back. And in effect, even though you're kind of lurking in the dark, playing the villain role a little bit. But so tell us
Yeah,
about what's been happening, man.
definitely looks creepy to see that. But yeah, same stuff, man. Busy, busy, busy.
How's the
Work.
books? How are your
That's
books
right.
going?
How are your books coming along, man?
Well, they're fine, but I've kind of transitioned into screenplays and writing spec scripts and working those type of projects. So it's taking up a lot of time, but
Okay.
it's fun learning while I'm doing it, type of thing.
Okay.
What
Cool.
spec script? You said writing script?
A spec script is basically a script that you write for something that's on TV now.
Okay, that's
That's
good.
the original idea. Yeah,
That's a real good
Yes.
idea. That's real good because it's going to get on.
yeah.
So
Oh, that's excellent.
tonight, folks, we have Jack Freeman who's going to be joining us shortly, and so we're excited about having our brother Jack Freeman join us. I believe he is a fellow Texan as well, and so I look forward to kind of talking to him a little bit of what he's doing. He's a true soul singer, and so we're looking forward to that. But before we get to that, Regina, what is going on your end? What is happening? What is happening, lady?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. I got you. So in the news, anything you want to touch on the news, Q, on your end?
Olivia Newton-John passed away.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Arguably the greatest musical in the history of America, Greece.
Greece. Yes. It is truly a part of
Yeah.
American culture. It is one of those kind of primary parts of American culture. Without Greece, you don't really understand, a certain part of our history as America. And so that's you're right.
She
You're
fought
right.
for a long time too.
Yeah.
She did. She fought for a while for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Beyonce's album. They had to change the word spaz because
Renaissance.
the country
Yeah.
is so sensitive now. So apparently she had the word spaz.
I had never heard of that before.
Right.
I
And
didn't
and,
either.
and then and
See,
then
they
when I
made it
saw
aware.
and when I saw the name of what it's called, ableism or ableist term,
Mhm.
I had to. It just took me a second. I was like, okay, what does that mean? Okay, I think I know what it means now. Okay, but yeah, I saw that she addressed that, but she also had to take something else out.
Yes,
She didn't really have to, but she
he
did,
did.
because Khalees, or is it Kellis? I can't remember.
Police.
It's Khalees, right?
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
Most famous for the song Milkshake, and also her collaboration with ODB.
Right.
She wasn't feeling the interpolation of Milkshake that I believe that's on Renaissance, and so she wasn't happy about it, and so Beyonce just took it out. Even though, as I understand it, if she had left it in, Khalees was going to get some money from it.
Not only that,
She
Khalees
was going
doesn't
to get paid.
own Milkshake.
That's true. Pharrell and the Neptunes do, right?
Exactly. So who are you to say you're stealing
Yeah,
my stuff? It's not
yeah,
even your stuff.
yeah,
You,
yeah. But
So
it's
yeah,
annoying. She hasn't been relevant in 20 years, and
what
now
did Lizzo
you
what
get
did Lizzo have to take out? Because I saw the headlines, I didn't read it, but I saw that Beyonce took something out of their song and Lizzo
yeah,
took something out of her song that there was a complaint.
yeah. I can't remember what that was, but that was a few months
Oh,
back when her album dropped and her single dropped. And I can't remember
no, I
exactly what
love
it
her.
was, but I do recall that there was something that she took out as well. And it's just the day and age that we live in. That you're right. There's a lot of sensitivities, and folks feel the need.
I don't even care about the lights. I care about the ceiling fan and the air. That's what's killing me.
What, is it really hot in there?
Yes. Golly, man.
That's
Oh
right, your
man,
air is off.
yeah.
Yes.
But Q is a trooper, so he's hanging in there with no lights, no air, no circulation. So
And
we
I'm
feel you,
fat.
my brother. We okay.
So
You
That's
make me
you know this is bad.
see, that's TMI, man. That's TMI. The reality is this, my brother. Especially with the lighting, no one would ever know. No one
Yeah,
would ever know.
yeah, true.
No one
Yeah.
would ever know.
See me sweating enough, they'll figure it out.
All right, all right, all right. So with that, without further ado, before we start oversharing more, we're gonna bring in our boy Jack Freeman. Jack, my brother, how are you, man? What's going
Yeah, man.
on?
How you guys doing?
We
Good
are
evening.
doing
good.
well. We're
Right.
doing well, man.
Good, good. Yeah,
So
man.
so you are a fellow Texan, I understand, but you hail from the wonderful town of H Town.
H-Town, baby. You know,
Yeah,
we're here.
absolutely, absolutely, man.
Praise,
You're not
man.
a Cowboys fan, are you?
Now, why would I be
Okay, good. Very good.
that? No, well, I don't do the Cowboys. Man. We don't do the Cowboys.
Okay,
On
very
these-
good.
Are you a Texans fan?
Not at all, actually. I knew a couple guys that played for them. There was a support there at a moment, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
say a fan.
No, I understand because I used to be a big fan of my man Deshaun. I mean, I got to mention it. He highly disappointed me. I must admit. You know,
There's a lot going on. A lot going on.
I can imagine because I don't even want to. It's hard to say exactly what happened because I know that these things can get twisted in many ways for various reasons. But at the same time, obviously, some poor decisions were made on somebody's part, nonetheless.
Poor
Sure.
decisions.
I be so one of my background is I did play ball for a while. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
play.
saw that you did some football at UT El Paso, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never really said this in an interview, but I'll because nobody's really asked me about that particular situation. But this is what I know. What I do know about professional sports teams and most college teams is that pro teams front offices know exactly what you're doing and what you, so they know that, like,
Got
a
it.
lot, for
Got
instance, if they know, for instance, if when you hear a story about a guy getting suspended for, cocaine or something like that,
Right.
chances are they've already failed 3 drug tests.
Wow.
They know
Wow.
what you like. They know when you go to the draft, those part of it, when you do the combine stuff, you're there for a week, and one day of the week you're doing workout stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The other 4 days you're interviewing with teams, and
Sure.
that's
Sure.
what you already know the answer to. They know all of your medical history. They know if you broke your arm in the 4th grade. They know if you got into a fight and got suspended from school when you were in the 9th grade. They know if you failed a drug test when you were a freshman in college. Like, they know everything.
Wow.
They have to know everything. They're almost like the FBI. They have to know everything so that they know
Sure.
what they're into.
What they're investing in, right?
Right. So on their team, they know when the guy likes to go to the club a lot. They know the guy that is a family man that doesn't go anywhere. They know the guy that has a propensity to smoke weed. They know the guy who drinks a ton. You know what I mean? They know the guy who loves women. They probably know who the gay guy is on the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they just,
right.
and I can't sit up here and say whether or not Deshaun was there because I mean, doing all of those things, I don't know that man, and I can't really. What I do know is that if he was, the team knew.
Sure.
And because it's not that you have 24 masseuses and nobody.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think they've actually settled. I think the team is settled with those litigants. Yeah.
And when I told a couple people that some months ago, they were like, and I was like, no, they knew something. And what they found out was they were the ones booking the rooms for him and doing it. But see, what it boils down to is this.
Craziness.
They knew what his thing was when he got there or while he was there.
Right.
And they're going to keep it on the wraps because you're the franchise.
Right.
Now, and again, I'm not saying that he was doing this stuff. I'm not saying that he wasn't, but I'm saying if he is, they know.
Sure. No, I got you.
It's very convenient that when you ask for a trade a couple weeks later is when this happened.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think so.
Yep.
And so to me,
I heard a lot of that coming out of Houston, definitely.
Yeah.
to me, either scenario makes the Texans look bad.
Sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And their owner's got a history of other issues, not to mention this one. So I think we know there's some issues there. So that's why I could not continue to support the Texans in any way.
Because either you knew and you covered it up, or it's not true and you lied on them.
Right.
There's
one or the other.
It's one or the other.
One or the other.
You know exactly what you get into, and then it comes out that they're booking the rooms and doing all of this kind of stuff that allegedly happened. I don't really know. Like, apparently he's not being accused of any like sexual violence, just sexual misconduct.
Right.
If that's the case,
because it was nothing.
All of it is bad at this point, especially in this climate. We got it's just all bad. So
it was poor decision on his part, but at the same time, it was obvious that the bottom line, he put himself in a bad situation and he paid the price for it. But at the same time, he seemed to he's making $250 million.
He's
nonetheless
$250 million, and they're paying him not so much this year because they know he's going to be suspended for a lot. They loaded the contract so that he can get through, but it's all fully guaranteed. And
incredible.
And it's a shame because he really is a gifted athlete.
Definitely.
I haven't met him personally, but he always seemed like a nice guy. I've seen him around a couple of times.
He really has. That's the thing that shocked me because he seemed like a really up and really nice guy. And that's what shocked me about all this stuff. But you never know somebody until you really know them. That's one thing I've come to understand as well. That's the reality. But enough of Mr. Watson. We got to talk about my man Mr. Freeman. And tell us a little bit about your transition actually from the world of sports into the world of music
Okay,
And
cool. You're gonna be walking with me because I ordered some food and I forgot about it. But continue.
What?
I love
Hope it
it.
wasn't
Hey,
chicken.
Pay very close attention to that, Ray.
Pull it up on me.
Bring your chicken back out. Carl.
See, Ray was jamming me up because I was eating. You see that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
A chicken leg.
Because you were eating the chicken bone. You were actually getting into the marrow, my brother. And we
No,
trying
I
to
saw
start
you
the
eating that,
show.
bro. I saw you eating that, and that was pretty.
We trying to start the show. You all up in the marrow.
I was in
What's
the back. And I was in the back. He was killing that chicken wing. It was crazy. And it's dark too, so that's how it's dark in your house. So that's how I knew. That's how I knew it was wrong. But I was looking. I was like, man, that chicken probably was good too.
It was
It's
good,
better.
man.
It's better
And you
for
in
potato
DC
chips.
too? It probably had the mumbo sauce on it too. It probably had the mumbo sauce. Yeah. I was
One day he had like a
man.
potato chip bag or something. It was like,
Oh, yeah.
maybe it was the Popeyes. Maybe
That's
it was a
bad.
sandwich.
Well, that's the thing, man. Your challenge now, Q, is to get a sponsor for the food that you eating, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you in DC, somebody can
That's great.
sponsor, chicken wings with mumbos. I promise that this shirt is not like some raggedy shit that I wear. Like I did this.
That's
on
a
purpose.
fashion statement, man. That's a fashion
yeah.
statement.
Matter of fact, let me
Yeah.
switch. Continue.
Fine.
This is classic. This is classic.
Oh,
This is a
goodness.
whole other level right now. And I was gonna ask him about Van Halen, you know.
That's
But now,
that's a
but now he
moment,
took it.
You know,
ladies
I
and
do
gentlemen.
like Van Halen, but right now I'm gonna switch to the Michael Jackson to throw.
Okay. So obviously, I mean, you were born after the '80s, obviously,
I was
but
born in 88, so we're not gonna do that, sir.
When did you say he was born?
I was born in 88. 88.
Wow.
I am 33 years old. I'm 10.
That was my freshman year of high school.
Ooh, damn.
we ain't gonna we're not gonna talk about what that part of my life that was. So. Although no, that's true. I was still in college though. I was still in college.
Okay, well, you was out there.
So you played football at a high level.
Yep. Yeah.
How did music come into play? Was it always in your life even while you were playing football, or was it a transition?
I wasn't making it. I wasn't making music, but I knew I could sing, and my dad could sing, my sister could sing. I always tell a story, and it's really not that interesting. And I know, like, I always preface this by like, it's really not that interesting of a story. But 2 years into me being in college, I decided I didn't want to play anymore. And so my second semester of my sophomore year, I was at UTEP. I was finishing out my semester, and I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I know I'm probably gonna end up transferring back home, going to Prairie View or U of H or something like that. I ended up at Prairie View. And I was like, man, I don't really know what I'm about to do. And I said, I kept saying to myself, like, you're not really supposed to be regular. like I don't really think that's what my destiny was. And I was like, man, you know what? I could sing. I think I could write a song. And then I just started doing it. And it just, became one of those things where like, it just was a journey of years and years of just me being like, yeah, I could do that. You know what I mean? So, so I just jumped into it and
Wow.
I started doing music for like rappers and stuff like that, hooks and stuff like that. And then I'm trying to build my name while trying to figure out how to actually make music. You know what I mean? So, and the easiest way I felt like I could do that was by just being in the studio and recording for rappers and stuff. So, yeah.
Okay.
Dang, you just make it seem so easy. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I just said I'm not going to be reckless. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So
yeah, like it really was like it's funny because I had a friend that he did that. He's like one of the smartest people I know. He did that with his life. He didn't have a major declared, and he was like, he was at Columbia at the time. He's like, I think I'll be a doctor. and now he's like a surgeon, and it's incredible. And so I look at it like that. It's like, maybe my mind wasn't supposed to go be a surgeon or a lawyer or something like that, but creatively, I just was able to just kind of figure out a way to be a creative human being outside of, because being an athlete, you don't really get to use that part of your brain anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's really more military, like if anything, if you're playing college football. But so like using that part of my brain, I was like, man, I think I can do that, and I just did it.
So, now the fact that
cool.
you have family members who were talented musicians and singers, did that
Mhm.
play a role in all this and some of your confidence?
Sort of. Like they always knew that I could sing, and they would always say that I could, sing. And it wasn't really like one of those things where when the family comes to the house, they're like, "Hey, do that little song that you be doing." Like they don't do that because everybody knew me as an athlete. So it was just that I always had these little hidden talents that people just didn't know about.
Okay.
And so I run into people that knew me when I was playing ball or running track. They're like, "Man, you making music? Like I didn't even know you could make music." Like I think it took maybe a year or two for my family to even find out that I was actually doing music.
Wow. Okay.
Well, why'd you keep it secret?
I don't know. I just wasn't really that comfortable in it yet. I didn't really feel like I was that good yet, and I was, and I think I just wanted to just do something first, as just like accomplish one little thing in it before. Like I don't even think I sat them down and said I'm making music now. I think they just found out.
Wow.
It's very weird. I really don't even remember how they found out. I just know I didn't tell them.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty low key. That's pretty low key, my brother. Definitely.
Yeah, it was definitely different. It was a crash.
So is there any inspiration in terms of style, in terms of artists that was out already that kind of inspired you? Say, hey, I want to do this, and I want to do it this way.
So my dad, my dad, we have a pretty big age gap. He's 72. So when he was the age that I am now, this is what the 80s. So when he's going through his college years, he's hearing Stevie and Donnie and all of those Gladys Knight, a lot of these artists that the funk and the soul era of things. And so that was around in the house. My mom isn't far off in that age, and she was hearing her own thing. So like she was bringing her stuff into the house so my dad, his favorite artist was James Brown, but he actually inadvertently introduced me to Donny Hathaway because he loved Donny Hathaway.
Okay.
So my favorite artist. And then my brother is older than me, and he was bringing in the Michael Jackson and the Princes and the NWAs of the house,
Sure.
Ghetto Boys and stuff like that. So I really got it from everybody. But then once I started coming up in my own, building my own taste, it was like, okay, I'll take the Donnie and I take Stevie and I take all of that. But like, D'Angelo was the one that really hit me. So Donnie, I would say, is my favorite artist, but D'Angelo is probably the one that influences me the most.
Okay.
And then so many rap artists like Outkast and guys like that. So I have an eclectic taste, sort of, and so it just kind of all meshed in there, a little gumbo here and there. So
yeah. I love it, man. Now, with that said, we always try to make sure that everybody gets to hear your inspiration, and this is a dope track. So I'm really looking forward to people being able to listen to the song called "My Love." So here it goes, folks. "My Love" by Jack Freeman.
It should be a hate crime. The way you stepped into my life to waste time. You ran around my space like it was playtime. And when you lost your happiness, you tried to take mine. Oh, yeah. I thought I told you I had no room for more bullshit to go through. I just wish you'd go back to the old you. I've said it twice, but now I have to show you.
She's phoned out.
Keep playing me and I keep telling you. That's why you ain't get my love. That's why you ain't get my love. My love. Keep playing me and I keep telling you. Keep playing me. That's why you ain't get my love. My love. Yeah, that's why you ain't getting my love. My love. My love. My love. My love. Hey. You ain't getting my love. Yeah, you ain't getting my love. My love. Yeah. It's crazy cause I used to know who you are. We were so close, now we're all so far. We used to be each other's peace. Now when you fought it, when did we start these problems? We fell so far, don't even wanna solve them. Find you someone to play with, don't and call them. I'll be doing fine, I'll be doing awesome. Oh yeah. There's no way to shake back. You lost me for good, you gotta take that. The things you do been played out like an A-track. And it's the same, I even have to say that. Oh, you keep playing me, and I ain't gonna take it. And that's why you ain't get my love, my love. Hey, hey, you keep playing me, oh, and that's why you ain't getting my love. Yeah, hey, hey, and that's why you ain't getting my love, my love, my love. My love, you ain't getting my, hey, you ain't getting my, you ain't getting my love, yeah. Hey, oh, you ain't getting my love. You ain't getting my love, yeah. Oh, you ain't getting you ain't getting my love. You why you ain't getting my love, my love, my love, my love, my love. Hey, you ain't getting my love.
Should be a hate crime.
Yep.
I love that. I'm serious. For the very first sentence, that's catchy.
Thank
Should
you.
be a hate crime. That's automatically like, what? Oh, I love it. I
Yeah.
love that. I love it.
That's a banger right there, man.
And it is. It is so much because
Yeah.
it's not, it doesn't even sound like a breakup song. It sounds like an awareness song. It sounds like, like somebody do something stupid or someone says something. Like,
Yeah.
there's one song, I forgot what the song is, but the girl says, there's no you time. It's just you and me time.
Yeah.
That's a clue right there. Don't mess with her. No, sir. Like, there's no you time. Nah, that's a clue right there. So that's why I like that song, because it's sort of like you got the message in advance. But like, no, not gonna deal with that. I loved it. I love it.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
Dope track, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
That is a hit. That is a hit. I don't hear too many songs on the radio that sound better than that one right there.
Oh, thank you.
I can tell you that right now. So
I'm trying to get it on the radio. So
yeah, man. That's well. Hey, we're gonna try to help you do that too, my brother. Seriously.
What I'm gonna put on my refrigerator, because I do put notes here, like inspirational notes. When you lost your happiness, you tried to take mine. I'm gonna put that right there, because I need that. I need to keep that in mind.
There you go.
Yes.
Put
Love
it on
it.
That's real talk right there. That's real talk.
Sticky. Yep, there we go.
That is real talk. So yeah, just so that everyone knows, we did lose Q. Now we thought we were going to lose Q because Q only had like 20% on his phone and he didn't have any power. So, but we lost my man Q.
Poor
But
Perry. Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good. We appreciate the time that we had with him. But yo, man, seriously, a dope track, and we're looking forward to hearing that on the radio. And
Yes.
so most def. So in terms of the that song itself, what was there an inspiration for it? I mean, was there a situation that inspired this?
Well, I think what it all it was really just the vibe I had in the studio, and it was just listening to the beat as Labbox was making it. It was produced by Labbox. Shout out to Labbox. And just feeling like the song needed to be simple and catchy, but also I want to say something with the record. And for whatever reason, at that moment, I was like, man, you know, not a lot of men really express that idea of like, as a man, sometimes you kind of feel played a little bit, and you just like, like we used to be really cool, and then
Right.
start doing this stuff that I don't really know. That's why I said I just wish you go back to the old you, because it's like I don't know where this came from, but like first few weeks we was dating, it was cool, and now like now we a couple months in and you doing some other stuff. I don't know if it's something going on with you.
Yeah.
But when you weren't happy anymore, you start bringing it over here, and you start sucking the life out of me.
Right.
And so, and it's just the thought of just like you keep trying it, but and I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be too many more of these.
That's
but
right.
I'm also kind of putting you over here in this place of like, all right, I already know that this will work out, so we just go.
Yeah.
So before you start to write, do you do like exactly what you just did? Like you just told us a story. And so do you already have that story? Like, do you write down the story in mind and then come up with the lyrics, or?
No, it really just kind of comes a little bit. Sometimes I'll write the song before I get to the studio, and I just kind of tell them what it is that I want. But a lot of it has a lot to do with like real life situations sometimes, or things that, even if it's just one conversation that I might have had with somebody that, that sparked something, or something that I might be going through at the moment. So at that moment, I'm like, man, I feel like even if it's not even a man that's saying it, it's like I know somebody has been to a point where like this person is completely wasting my time right now. You know what I mean? Like, and you just want to make the music relatable. But I've been in sessions where, for other artists, where the music starts with a conversation in the room with like other people, and like, yo, how you feel about this? Or, hey man, you ever seen this? Or you ever been through one of these situations where this girl, and then there's a conversation, and then and then the song comes, you know what I mean?
That's amazing.
And then, some artists, some writers like to, if they're writing for another artist, they'll sit and they'll be like, so, tell me what's on your mind, what you've been going through, what's been going on, like, your family, what's your love life like, what, I know you went through a breakup, you're going through a divorce, like, how's that going? Or, you just got married, what's that like? You just had kids, what's that like? You know what I mean? So a lot of that is that conversation. I don't have it a lot in my studio sessions, because I don't really have a lot of people in the studio with me. But it's, so many different ways to come up with that situation, with those stories that you want to tell,
Cool, man.
I'd like to be there for that. That sounds
very
fun.
Yeah, it is always good to kind of hear about the process, man.
Yeah.
It's always good. So now when people hear you, they hear your voice, they hear your style, who do they say you sound like? Who do people say, Jack Freeman reminds them of?
For a long time, it was like Anthony Hamilton and John Legend,
Okay.
but it was mostly because I was singing like soulful ballads that kind of fit that.
Sure.
These days, I don't really hear it that much, but I'll tell you one quick story. Last year, I was singing background for Scarface, and we were rehearsing. And one of
He
these
just dropped that. He just dropped that one. That's okay.
It's funny. We were actually in DC last
cool.
week at the Howard Theater.
Oh, okay. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
I was singing background for him. We were rehearsing, and that particular day, our guitarist was like, "George is coming," and I'm like, "George who?" He said, "George Clinton," and I said, "Not the George Clinton that I'm be listening to every day." Yeah, George Clinton, he coming. So I went, and I get there, and he came to listen to the band and check us out. He was in Houston for a couple of days. He had some stuff going on. And when the rehearsal was over, he started dapping up everybody. A couple of the guys in the band had played for him before. Him and Face have a relationship. And so he dapping up everybody. And he looked at me, and he was like, "D'Angelo." And I said,
Okay.
Wow.
I said, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Man, you remind me of D'Angelo, man."
Wow.
And I was like,
wow.
I was like, "Man, you don't even know." Like, that's a 80-something-year-old man. I listen to George Clinton. Like when people ask me who my favorite band is, it's P-Funk. And, it's Boosie's Rubber Band. Like those are my favorite bands. So when everybody's talking about, my favorite band is Motley Crue or the Beatles or, Rolling Stones or whoever, I'm like, nah, P-Funk. So when he's sitting in there, I'm looking at him like, this is George Clinton. And he just pops up with, D'Angelo. And I'm like, man, and I know they have a relationship and so much respect with them because you can hear it in D'Angelo's music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, those are kind of the three that I get mostly mostly compared to.
Okay. All right. We're gonna rewind this a little second now. We're gonna go back to the Scarface piece here.
Okay.
That's big. I mean, because Neo Soul Cypher, we love our soul music, we love our neo soul music, but we also love our classic hip hop. We love our lyrical hip hop. And so when you mentioned my boy Scarface, that's big. That's big. We love that. So tell me a little bit about how you got connected to Scarface, and also about what happened at the Howard Theater, because I would love to kind of hear what that was about. I've been to the Howard Theater, and it's a really cool venue, so I would love to hear about it.
So Brad was doing some show dates the last few months or so, and one of his shows was at the Howard Theater, and so he had us come out the band and all that stuff. I think he did Rock the Bells this past weekend too.
Okay. Yeah. Queens, up in Queens.
Yeah. That's the first time they've had it in years. So but we went out there and did it. It was, if you've been in the Howard Theater, it was my first time at the Howard Theater. But if you've been, you're in a legendary spot. So it's
yes.
Sold out crowd. It was dope, man. I mean, DC loves Scarface. So they absolutely love Scarface. How I met him. I met him in 2014. The short of it is, what happened was I was driving. I got rear-ended into another car. I had traffic. They took me to jail.
Oh my God!
I spent a night in Harris County Jail.
Oh my God!
Out on a Saturday. That Sunday, I got a call from an engineer that I know that works with Face. He's like, "Hey man, you trying to get the Scarface record?" And I'm like, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
Didn't have a car, so I was like, "So when?" Because I gotta get a ride. I don't have my car. And he was like, "Oh, it'll probably be later on this week." And I said, "Can you send me the record?" And he was like, "Well, nah, Face don't like sending records to people via email because a lot of stuff can happen." I was like, "Okay, cool." He says, "So what happened?" I said, "Well, I got into a car accident and I don't have my car right now. I got to get a rental. I had to renew my license." It was all kind of stupid stuff. He was like, "Man, what's crazy? The song is about being in jail."
Wow.
So He tells Faith, like, yo, send it to him right now. Beat comes on. I just coming with it like in 5 minutes.
Of course.
So later in the week, we get to the studio. We drive all the way to the other side of town. My barber, my friend, one of my best friends, he's my barber, drove me to Stafford, which is about a 45-minute drive from where I live.
Okay.
Went to James Hoover's house, legendary studio engineer. I laid the hook before he got there. He shows up like an hour and a half, 2 hours late.
Right.
And he's like, play the record. And he played it. And the first line is, oh, sitting on this concrete couch, just waiting. And he cuts the music and he starts laughing. He's like, oh, he said, man, I said, what? He was like, yeah, you definitely went to jail. Where did you go? And, so from there, like, we had a couple of stars on the album coming out, and another producer by the name of N.O. Joe took it and replayed all the music on the album so that we could take the samples out and all that stuff. So the next year is when the album came out.
Okay.
And 2016 is when he started asking me to sing background for him, and did a tour with him in 2019 as a background singer. And so I kind of been around for a lot of the last 6 or 7 years of stuff on with him. So,
Oh, that's nice, man. That's a great story. From
It
so many different perspectives. I love that story, man. And
things happen for a reason. Actually, that was kind of
man. And you know, you get to work, you know, with a true legend of Houston, man, and of hip hop. Honestly, I mean, he's one of the fundamental elements of hip hop, no doubt.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite rappers of all time, even before. So, you know, I always say that if there's a 1B, I always say Jay-Z is 1A and Scarface is 1B. And, you know, so to be able to, you know, I listened to him for so long. And what was crazy was his first time asking me to sing background, he's on the phone. He's like, hey, do you know, Let Me Roll? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, do you know my, I said, yeah, I know My Block. I know. And he was like, do you know? And I was like, Brad, yes, I know all of your songs. I know them all. like I know them all. Like, you know, you don't have to. So it became one of the things where I was not only singing background, but I also became kind of a hype man in a way. So yeah, it's
nice.
Pretty fun sometimes.
Nice, man. That is cool to hear. That is great to hear. Now, speaking of great to hear, we want to hear another joint from you, so that everyone can hear Mr. Freeman. And so we're gonna check out "You Should Be Here." Just give me 1 second as I pull it up.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ain't it funny I'm the man now? People running up to me like they my fans now. And I've been working on my plan now. Used to be small money, but it's grand now. And all these dreams I've been chasing finally coming to fruition. It's amazing. The only struggle that I'm facing is the loneliness I'm feeling in these spaces. Yeah. Because none of this means a damn thing without you. I spend all my free time just thinking about how I miss you, girl. It's been a crazy life since the day that I lost you. I wouldn't trade it all, I just know that you should be here. Oh, you should be here. You should be here. You should be here. 24/7, 52, 365. We do everything, all day for the rest of my life. 24/7, 52, 365. We do everything. Remember we wanted the house with the fences, the dogs and the kids, and however we get there, we would make it last. past, but not as a distance. The love still exists, but is it enough for us to make it back? Now I can admit the success is a trip, because I got all this good make me feel this bad. Every night I sit there alone throwing fists, cause this house ain't on without you. Because none of this means a damn thing without you. I spend all my free time just thinking about how I miss you, girl. It's been a crazy life since the day that I lost you. I wouldn't trade it all, I just know that you should be. Every night, every day, you should be. Cause I wouldn't have it no other way. You should be. Oh, you should be. You should be. Oh, 24/7. Oh, girl. 52, 365. All night for the rest of my life. 24/7. 52, 365. Yeah, everything. Oh, 24/7. 52, 365. Need you every day, all day for the rest of my life. 24/7, 52, 365. Need you every day, every day for the rest of my life. 24/7, yeah, my life.
I know which one I like the best. What's your favorite, Jack? Do you have a favorite?
I don't, man. They really
Oh.
they're like my they're like your children.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one I actually have a house remix coming for it. I got a chop and screw version coming for it. I got a bounce remix coming.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be it's gonna be fun. We're probably gonna do the same thing for My Love. I'm thinking about it, but yeah, those are, that was also Labbox. That's the first song me and Labbox did together when we met in January. So
Okay. Now, that's a production crew out of Houston as well.
the Labbox is just one guy, man.
Okay.
He won a Grammy for Gary Clark Jr. and he produced "Love on the Brain" by Rihanna.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, but he's a Houston guy.
Sure.
Produced a whole bunch of stuff in between all of that, but those are the ones that
Kind of most well known. Yeah. No, that's that you could tell. I mean, that's straight up stuff that you hear, and you can tell that the guy's got an ear. But you also could tell that you got incredible talent, man. You got chops.
Writing.
You got range. You can write, and you got the whole package, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So with that said, we are formally inviting you to attend and to actually participate in the upcoming Neo Soul Cypher Show listening party and showcase Volume 2, November 5th, Dallas, Texas.
November 5th, Dallas, Texas. My birthday is November 8th.
Okay.
Scorpio.
It's funny because my oldest daughter her birthday is November 5th. So I will be
dope.
Yeah, and mine is the 1st, so we can celebrate together. Good.
Oh, that's right.
Nice.
That's right.
It's funny because Scarface's birthday is November 7th.
We should all celebrate together.
Yes, we have to. Now we get Scarface on the bill too. That would be live.
That'll be a stretch.
I think so. But it's okay.
We can have a party.
We can have a party nonetheless.
Birthday party.
Where's this showcase at?
So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Kessler Theater in South Dallas. And
I've never been. I've heard of it, but I've never been.
Yeah, man. But that's where we will be. That's where we will be at the Kessler. And it is, it's a pretty famous venue. It's got some historic implications. I saw Andy Allo there. I saw PJ Morton there.
Wow,
And so I'm real excited about what we're putting together. And so we're putting together a whole bill of artists, and we would love to have you, man.
oh man, I'd love to do it. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's figure it out. Let's
Yeah.
see what
Yeah.
comes with it. You got any hints on who else is gonna be in the building?
Well, it's gonna be some really nice people up in the building. Well, Regina, well, yeah, she's gonna be in the
I'll be
building.
there.
But so yeah, we're gonna have some good folks. We actually got someone coming. Knock on wood, that she's gonna be coming from across the pond to join us, Rebecca Ling.
Okay.
And so we from Amsterdam. So we're looking forward to having her on the show as well. Pretty popular, well known, and so we've got a couple other people I can't speak about yet because we don't have them. But it's a couple of people that you would know. Last year we did a great show. We had it was off the chain. I'll let you check out some of the videos on it. And but we had some really good people on the show that last year as well. So
okay. Cool. Yeah, that would be dope. How big is the Kessler Theater? It's Kessler, right?
Yeah, it's Kessler. So you can get up to about 450 or so.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
It's in South Dallas.
It is in South Dallas. It's more. I would say it's probably not the best description because South Dallas is a little bit west of where we're going to be. We're going to be more in the Oak Cliff area.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be more in kind of the Oak Cliff areas. And the area's kind of been redeveloped, and it's a nice spot. It's a nice spot. And they said it's got the best sound in Dallas.
Well, I'm definitely just to experience the sound.
Yep. So that's what everyone says. It's got the best sound in Dallas. So we're excited about it, man. And so we look forward to having you join us, man.
Yeah, let's talk more about that.
Absolutely. But with that said, man, that joint is fired. And so we want to make sure that we are definitely getting the word out on both of those tracks, frankly. And so we're gonna get with you offline regarding that as well, man, because definitely both fire, man. We want to make sure people hear it.
For sure, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you because I actually learned some new information about sports. So I teach middle school, and of course I have all these kids that want to play sports. So now I get to tell them they know what you're doing. I didn't know that.
Oh, they know, man.
I didn't have any clue. I thought high school was as far as it got, that they would see what they did in high school, but I didn't know that they fought.
They know because especially when it comes to the body, it's they have to know if you have issues with your body so that they know what they're investing in. So if you had to wear corrective shoes as a child, you kind of need to know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have a medical condition, they know that. But also, like I've seen guys go in there. I've heard of guys going there and lie in a meeting about a drug test that they may or may not have failed, and it ended their career before it even started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything they do, it follows them.
Thank you. That's incentive.
It's very much incentive because that fight you got in 7th grade with that kid, they're gonna ask you, do you think you have an anger problem, or what's your family life like, and they're very intrusive questions, man. And not only that, but when it comes to college, they're looking at your social media. They're looking at the way you tweet. They're looking at the way you what you post on Instagram. I came up in an era that didn't have Twitter and Instagram just yet, but we did have Facebook. I've seen guys lose their scholarship over something they posted on Facebook.
Wow.
And granted, it was very racist, but
not surprised.
Yeah. So a lot of these things. There's a kid from Dallas right now going through it. I got it. UT commit, basketball player, I believe. I think he's UT. Yeah, he's committed to UT. Got in trouble. I think he had a situation with a girlfriend and he threatened her or something like that, and had a gun or something like that, and he's going through that legal situation.
Sure.
But committed to go play at UT either this year or next year, and that's gone now.
Dang.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would tell the kids, man, just you know, I know it's alluring to, you know, want people to know exactly what you're doing all the time, and you want people to see you doing all of these things, but man, just post your highlights and be positive and kind of the other stuff off the, you know, all the street stuff and all of that, you know, all of that beefing, and even when you're talking bad about another school or something like that, like they know.
Yeah. You might end up at that school.
You end up at Alabama and they pull up that tweet where it says, it sucks, then you know what I mean? Like
that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem.
Dang.
Yeah. And that's the thing. This is a day and age where, you know, there's so much transparency into your life, and because we actually put it out there. I mean, people put their information out there. It's not hard. And so folks need to understand that anything can be used against them, unfortunately. And I would be remiss. I got to point out we got people checking in on the chat, and we got a couple of people.
Was a chat. Oh,
yes. There's chat. And I got to mention Drake, my man Drake Colley. Drake Colley is one of the co-founders of Neo Soul Cypher, and he has joined us, and he is his comment was like, everything stays on your permanent record. So this is a brother, incredible jazz musician. We've done some production together in the past, and he's also an incredible lawyer. He's argued before the Supreme Court. So for him to weigh in and kind of mention, you know, that as well is important. So I want people to understand that this stuff stays on your record, and you need to understand that.
It's almost like that. I mean, if they can go back to your information of when you got suspended, you know, 9th grade or whatever it is, it don't just wipe off, you know, because they're going to ask you about it. They're going to say, you know, or if you had a grade issue, they're going to know, you know, because they want to know what type of student you were. They want to know the type of, you know, what type of discipline you have. They want to know what your family life is like, and, you know, all of that good stuff. And then, you know, now if you are this top athlete that, you know, the number one athlete in college football or college basketball or whatever, they're willing to look past that. I mean, look at Johnny Manziel, you know what I mean? Now, granted, you got to be able to still get it together when you get in the league, but they know everything that you do. They know everything that you're going through. They've done all of the due diligence. They know more about you than you know about you a lot of times. And I
can imagine.
I mean, and when college recruits are coming to come speak to you, they're not just coming to speak to you. They talking to your teachers, and they talking to your principal, and they talking to your coaches, trying to see what type of person you are, you know. That's no good for
I'm gonna have to put this one up. I gotta put this one up.
You won't do that. You won't do that, my guy. They know who flesh.
That was great.
Oh, man.
That's like Don Jr. fingerprint right there. We going.
Oh man! Wow! Well, Jack, man, thank you so much, man. This has been an incredible interview. You know, a very rich experience with you, man. Getting to know you musically, getting to know you personally, and really getting the sports piece as well. And we got a lot of folks who enjoy all those elements. So we appreciate you having the opportunity to speak with us, man. And we wish you the best. Tell everyone how they can hear more from Jack Freeman.
You can find me on Instagram as I am Jack Freeman. I'm on Facebook, Jack Freeman Music. I'm not on Twitter. I do not have a Twitter page. I am banned from Twitter.
We won't get into that one.
I called Jason Whitlock a coon, and then it was all over the place. But
Sometimes
I mean, you know, like if it's not wrong,
sometimes you gotta call it what it is.
I went out for a good reason. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm not gonna argue with you on that one.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
like they was like, you know, facts, but we still gotta, you know, get rid of
Yeah.
it. But so I'm waiting on Elon Musk to come back, and I'll think about whether or not I get back on that. But it's Instagram is I am Jack Freeman. All the links on my bio for anything that I'm releasing, any upcoming show dates and anything like that. You can find it all there. And I try to interact a little bit, you know, until it starts getting weird. So yeah.
I understand. I understand. There are limits, my brother. There are limits.
Some people are weird, man. Some people are very
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
It's a strange world we live in. And unfortunately, people feel confident displaying their strangeness online for whatever reason.
Yeah,
but
it's like,
all good.
We're
gonna get rid of that one, right?
Delete it.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. But all right, man. Thanks, Jack, so much, man. We appreciate you, my brother.
Thanks,
and we look forward to hanging out with you soon. All right.
Absolutely. I'm about to get on this. And tell Q to pay the light bill, man.
Enjoy your food.
Sure. Thank you guys for
dig in, man. Dig in. All right, man. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Very educational.
Indeed. Got to chill with my man Jack Freeman and with Q for just a minute because Q needs to pay his light bill.
Poor baby.
That's funny. That is funny. All right. But so I was able to give our little commercial already about November 5th. So I will leave it at that and understand that you're going to get a lot more from us regarding November 5th, everybody. And so we're looking forward to having you all join us in the Big D yet again. And we got some other things coming along on November 5th with the relaunch of our platforms to go along with this incredible show that we're going to have. And so we're excited about it, everybody. And we look forward to you giving us your thoughts, suggestions, and support as you join the Neo Soul Cypher movement. Talk to you soon. Later.
Bye. Good night.